you know what we've never done?
What?
We've never gone, hi, my name's Lloyd Tranter, and this is my friend William Helliwell, and we present ComposerCast. We've never done one of them.
Well, you've just done it now.
I know.
We should have. People have no idea who we are.
I know.
Unless they listen to one of the episodes.
I don't know. I go, William, quite a lot, so they know who you are.
Shut up, Lloyd.
Yeah, see? So they know. But if you don't know, hello. My name's Lloyd Tranter. Tranter, there you go. People say Tranter sometimes, and it irks me.
People say Halliwell for me.
Oh, God. And
Will
you're like,
Halliwell.
No, it's Helliwell. Like, no one famous.
That's who we are.
Yeah, but one day, William, you will be the famous Helliwell. Yeah? Let's look at it that way. And I'll be the famous Tranter.
Yeah. Through this podcast.
Through any means necessary. But yeah, anyway, so this week on ComposerCast, now that you've had the formal welcome of us saying our names and the name of the podcast, go on, what do we talk about? Go on.
We do an analysis of a piece of music, as we do.
Yes, it's our new item that's not that new anymore.
No.
Newish.
But it's a good item.
Yeah.
We talk about the platforms on like, computer game platforms in terms of where you buy the game.
Not where
from.
you stand.
No.
Not between the train and the edge.
No. Get away from the edge.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, we talked about VR, always there. As I've said, this should be called VR Cast.
But I always try and bring it back around to music.
Yeah.
And we do in this one.
Yeah. And we throw out a grapevine. Is that the term? We throw out some sort of vine to another composer and say, hey, do you want to be on our podcast? Yeah. And then that's it. We say goodbye. Cool.
Oh, jeez, I'm hot already.
I know. I'm so sorry. Air conditioning isn't a thing in our country.
No. Woo!
I don't know why it would be a thing in our country.
Because one day a year this happens.
Yeah, and then that's the day you go, should we take a trip to Waitrose and just wander around in their air conditioning near the fridges?
That was so good.
Oh, it is good, isn't it?
I just walked through town today. Just walking through, I was like, I'm going to go to that shop. They look like they've got aircon because the shopping centre was still a bit warm because it's just glass.
Yeah. Oh, what, Bracknell?
No, Camberley.
Oh.
I didn't go to work today. I didn't.
Right.
I'd already booked the day off so I could prepare for the festival that we're going to tomorrow.
Oh, so you've got tomorrow off as well?
Yeah, and Monday.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
But today I finished off the track.
Yes?
The what do they call it? I've forgotten what I called it now.
The track?
Something big band.
I
don't know.
Lovely big band?
Sure, let's go for that.
Remixed big band.
Yeah.
Because you learn how to do sampling
I
properly.
did learn how to do sampling, yeah.
So what was that? Was it, I saw the little video assigning certain bits of the song to where your keys are?
Yeah, so I used Reason originally, and then I got a bit of software called Serato Sampler, I think it is.
Okay.
Serato, I don't know. Because they got Serato DJ, Serato Sample. So I used the sample thing.
Yeah.
And same thing with Reason. Reason have got Dr. Octorex.
Amazing.
Which is a good name. It's a super old bit of software now.
Yeah.
But it does the job. And same thing with this. But yeah, I just took a sample of a jazz tune, and then you chop it up into little bits. So on this Serato thing, you chop it up into little bits and you just highlight how long you want your sample to be on that bit. You press the key and it goes...
Okay. Does it play it for as long as you're holding the key down, or does it play it, if you tap the key, it will play the sample that you wanted it to play?
I've set it for as long as you're holding the key down.
Cool.
And then if you keep it held down, I've also set it to stop at certain points so you don't go over.
Okay.
And then you can do some cool stuff with it. So on each bit, you can tune each sample that you've chopped up.
Okay.
And then you can duplicate that sample and tune it again. Or you can take one sample and you turn on keyboard mode.
Oh.
And so on that sample, you can then play it like a tune. So you tune it to, say you've got, the thing I was looking at was this guy called Andrew Huang. And
he's the YouTube
that
mate.
YouTube.
I really like him, yeah.
And they took this door that just goes...
Yeah.
And they took that as a sample. And what someone did is they took just one of the squeaks.
Yeah.
Put it into this, and then you can tune it to a note, and then you use keyboard mode, and then you can play any note that you want with
So
that one sample.
it's chromatic after it's... Yeah.
And you'd be like... with just one little sample.
Yeah.
So that was cool. So I had a go at doing that kind of thing.
Cool. I love those little clips. I've seen a few of those clips where it's just like someone's taken a single noise and then they show you them bit by bit, just not exactly, but just like playing it and then showing you they've made an entire arrangement like from just this one sound.
It's impressive. But I guess I knew it existed, but I never delved into that world.
Yeah.
And now I have, but all of that world seems to be, it's all EDM and dancey stuff.
Not necessarily. I mean, you
The
made a
stuff I
jazz
was
song.
watching. No, I did, but the
Yeah.
stuff I've been watching, it's all very like thumpy, dancey, happy. And then I sort of made a thumpy, dancey, happy song, I suppose. I think it's because it's my first
Part
time.
of the problem, William.
Part of the solution.
Yeah. I've never done any of it, but I like hip hop uses it a lot. Surely hip hop is the.
That's where it originated.
Yeah, I was going to say that's where the beginnings of sampling was, wasn't it?
Yeah, because you take a cool drum beat from, I don't know.
the Amen break.
Yeah, exactly.
Classic.
You take that and then you chop it all up and do what you want with it.
I found there's a Japanese artist. Unfortunately, he's dead, but he's called Nujabes. He died in 2008, which was the year I found out about him. It was like, we found this amazing Japanese hip hop guy. Let's have a look. Oh, he died in a car crash. I know, but
It's
he's
not a laughing matter.
No, it's not. Why are we laughing? Why are you laughing? He's amazing. And recently, I just kind of I was listening to him and I was like, why is this so good? And there was a Reddit thread called Nujabes Modal Soul. Why is it so good? And this guy just shows you all the samples from every song, that's where he used it and not how he did it, but necessarily, but like, he chose this piano track from this Japanese artist. He sped it up slightly and then put this drum sample underneath it and stuff. And it was just amazing hearing the songs I know, the Nujabes songs, hearing the elements of it that he kind of stole.
All music is stealing, though.
Is it though?
I think so.
Why?
Well, you've only got what, 12 notes in the Western scale.
In the Western scale, see,
Yeah.
and then what about microtonal music with them?
Well, then you can do that if you want to, but all music is basically stealing, isn't it? Like you've gone, I quite like that. You take it and then you do what you want with it. Sampling's just a more obvious way of doing that.
Okay.
Whereas like on guitar, you hear a solo, you learn a solo, like I was just teaching the Stairway to Heaven solo.
Yeah.
And then for about 20 minutes, we focused on this one little lick.
Yeah.
And it's only 4 notes long. And then we played some chords and we took that lick and then we did what we wanted to do with it and then finished on a different note and changed the rhythm. And then you end up with a whole different thing.
Yeah.
But it's stealing, really? Well, they
guess so,
stole.
but I think
stole the whole thing.
There's a certain creativeness about stealing stuff. Like no, but sometimes I don't know whether this is just because I'm like, it's mainstream music, I don't like it. But there's like one song with like the Santana riff, you know, the
Yeah.
and then it's just people over the top of it going like, yeah, Santana. Yeah, and it's like you've just robbed a riff. Like it just annoys me. It's like there's nothing gone over this other than a drum beat, and then you've gone, I like that.
Oh, that's one very specific thing.
Oh, there's loads. Then there's that. Isn't there a Kanye West song that has like "Smells Like Teen Spirit" in it?
Oh, probably.
And it's just like, no, you've desecrated it.
Or I'm going to play a clip here of Bound 2 by Kanye West.
Okay.
You know that one?
No, I hate Kanye West.
I did hate him, but then listened to 808 and Heartbreaks, and while I don't like the songs and didn't like him, the production on it is insane.
Which Kanye is it? Is this the old Kanye or the new Kanye? Because he says that people want the old Kanye, but then, like, there is no old Kanye. It's the new Kanye.
I think it's Kanye.
Sorry, is it Kanye? I Kanye
No,
say
it's
it
Ye.
properly.
Just Ye.
Yeah, Yeezy.
Yeah. So that sample, he's just taking a sample and just pitch shifted up and then gone,
No, that's the thing. I think it's literally it's my. Oh God.
What you doing in the club on a Thursday?
I mean, are you allowed to sing along to that song, William?
Oh, I know all the words.
I know, but I was saying the racial slurs in it.
No, I didn't sing those
Go
bits.
around them. It's just like, because as I said, Nujabes uses samples from stuff.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's probably using samples from things that are unknown, which in a way makes it worse, because then he's getting the praise for the thing. As I said, I only recently researched this whole album and found out about the original tracks.
I don't think that makes it worse, though.
Okay. I'm just saying that the people that originally made the music, people wouldn't know, like, that they were the ones who were the composers.
They obviously don't know them right now.
No, but if they go on a massive Reddit troll,
like
then they find out. But the rapping over the top of it has credit to it. It's not just someone going, yeah, I say these words, I'll say them twice. Like it's people going like ladders of feather. Like it's rap. Like it has. I don't know. I feel like it has substance to it. I don't know. I guess this is just taste, isn't it?
It is just good taste.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Anyway.
That's our rants about sampling.
Well, that was a natter.
Yeah, Serato. I think it's called Serato sample.
Okay, cool.
Check that out. It is good. It is creative and fun.
Nice.
That's
I
what
would
you
like to have a go on it. And is that a Reaper thing, or is
Just
it
a
just
VST.
on
It's just a plugin.
Okay,
You can put
cool.
on
So you can
anything.
use it on any door.
Yeah, and I just like that you can be creative. It's not like where I find with Dr. Octorex was very, I've got to split it up and put those bits there and time stretch it and do that. This just goes, well, split it up. That's easy. And what do you want to do with it? Well, I want to do that with it. Oh, okay. It's done.
There you go, mate.
I like that.
Okay,
I like
cool.
that from my software.
Okay, cool.
Please, other software makers, do that.
Yeah, oh, absolutely, brother. Yeah, it's funny when someone has like street lexicon in their vocabulary, but they have this like RP accent. You know RP? When I was
Regional something?
No, royal pronunciation.
Oh.
Yes, when I was looking up doing voiceover stuff,
Yeah.
they loads of people is just like that's what people look for basically.
Okay.
You either look for regional accents,
Yeah.
which is like the Dear 5 in the Big Brother, except less Jamaican, and then the other one is welcome to Samsung. They're beautiful, lovely Samsung.
I was listening to the podcast you introduced me to, Beardy Man. What's his name? Adam Buxton.
Oh, probably the best podcast ever
I really
made.
like that one.
I haven't listened to any of the recent ones, by the way. I save up that podcast for special occasions. If I'm going to go out on a nice bike ride, I'm like, right, it's time to do the Adam Buxton one because I listen to things more than once. So
You do. I never do that.
no,
No.
I run out of content too easily, and also they're good enough to listen to more than once. The Adam Buxton ones.
Yeah.
And what I do is, if I listen to something for the second time, my brain takes me back to the first time I was listening to it, where I was and when I was doing it. So I don't want.
So you were
that
doing
memory.
a poo the first time, and the second time. Take me back.
No, but
That's
I
why I
always
listen to
want the
podcasts.
first time to be a nice bike ride, so that the second time I listen to it, I get taken back to that lovely bike ride.
That's nice. Yeah.
But
The latest one is
Louis Theroux
and
Oh,
Joe
no,
and Joe Cornish.
I know, and I love them too, and I love them with Adam Buxton as well because they grew up together.
Yeah, and they talk about that. They play a little clip when they're 18, doing the same thing as what they're doing now, which is amazing.
Yeah.
But the bit that why I'm talking about this is because one of them talks. Obviously, he does radio.
Yeah.
And he's talking about the radio voice. He's on BBC Radio 4. And
What,
he said,
Joe Cornish is?
yeah.
Really?
Well, he was on BBC Radio. I'm sure it was. Yeah.
Adam and Joe used to have a show on BBC Six Music.
Oh, maybe it was that then.
Oh, okay.
But he was talking about the training that they had to do that.
Yeah.
And saying how the distance you have to be away from the mic.
Yeah.
And the person training him said, well, imagine that you're lying down next to your lover, basically.
Okay.
And this is how you talk to them you're just staring into their eyes, and this is how you talk to them in the morning. You go, oh, hi there. This is BBC Radio 4.
Jesus. They don't want to know what I say in the morning. Should we do an item?
Sure.
This part of time in games.
It's my favourite item, especially this time that we recorded. It's been quite a while since
It
we
has
last
been
did
a while,
this.
yeah.
But since we last recorded...
June 17th, I think, was when we last released one.
Wow, that's precise. I didn't know that.
I think it was.
Either way,
Yeah.
since then and now,
Yeah.
there has been sales.
Yeah.
Summer of the sales on both platforms, Steam and the Oculus Store,
Yeah.
which means I bought lots of games.
I didn't.
Did you? Well, you did, didn't you? You bought a few.
I don't think I did.
You definitely bought From Other Suns,
Yeah, I
which
bought
is the game we're
one
going to be talking
game.
about.
I bought one game.
Is that really the only game you bought?
Yeah.
Oh God, I bought so many.
I didn't have any money.
No, neither did I. But it was one of those moments where it's like 20 items on your wish list are on sale. It's like, oh God. And all of them were like 50% off. It's like, I might as well do this now.
Yeah.
I
I got something I want to talk about which ties in with this after we've talked about From Other Suns.
Okay.
There's something I want to...
All right.
It's not that exciting.
Oh.
It's just a little bit of news to do with... It's just the platforms like the Oculus and all that stuff.
Okay.
But From Other Suns...
Oh, wow. Wasn't it good?
Yeah.
Or isn't it good?
It is very, very good.
So, rundown of the game. I'm going to do it quickly. It's faster than light.
That was quick.
Yeah. So there is a game on the Steam, on the Pancake platform. What's good about it is you can get it on iOS, and it is amazing to play on an iPad. Because,
Faster Than Light you're talking about.
Yes, sorry,
Yeah.
yes. It's a game called Faster Than Light. Some people call it FTL, because that's the acronym of it, or the initialism. And what it is it's like a spaceship sim. It's, what do they call them when you look after a thing? When you, like... it's got a name, isn't it?
Sure.
When you do it's a management sim. Is that right?
Yeah, that makes it sound really boring though.
Well, no, it's cool. So you got a spaceship, top down, and you've got a crew. I'm explaining a game that isn't the game we're talking about. That's fine. You've got a crew of people, and you point at them and go, "You go on shields. You go on weapons," and then you fly, or what do they call it? It's got the same name in From Other Suns.
I don't know.
The something drive has been...
Sure.
Come on.
It's all made up anyway. It doesn't matter.
It does matter.
The hyperdrive. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's not even that. Well, anyway, and then you go from star to star, and it's procedurally generated. So each star has a different count, a different thing that happens, and sometimes it'll be pirates, or sometimes it'll be a shop, and then you just go and you have to try and get as far as possible. And this game, From Other Suns, is that, except first person and multiplayer, which is the best bit about it because
co-op.
Yeah, so we're on the same ship.
Yeah.
And I go, William, I'm the captain. and then you can go up to the console and you press buttons.
The wrong button. I didn't mean to shoot that fuck!
That was really funny. William was in charge of weapons, and we were just having a friendly comms with a friendly ship, and you just decided to just fire a missile at them.
I didn't decide.
And then we had to warp drive away from them, and then run away. But it's really cool because you can get on the ships as well, so you've got a teleportation, and then you can teleport onto their ships, and then there's like robots or pirates and you can shoot them. You get
and friendly fire is on, which is nice.
Yeah, that's funny.
And the sound is really cool.
Yeah, bit exciting. We might interview the composer in the future.
Might we?
I don't know. I just thought I'd say that, so we might do it.
So I followed him on Twitter today. So I did want to talk about the composer.
Okay.
Really hard to find. I typed in From Other Suns OST.
Yeah.
Or From Other Suns like music, or From Other Suns composer.
Yeah.
Nothing.
His name's in the jukebox.
Exactly. So that's what I had. I was sitting there sweating my ass off today in my study just after I finished a track, trying to look up this guy's name. Can't find it. So I had to put the headset on and go into the game to find out what his name was. So his name is Rob Westwood. If
you're listening, Rob Westwood, expect a friendly email from ComposerCast. But yeah, I would like to interview him.
So, this is why I would like to interview him as well. I found his website. After looking at that, I found it eventually.
Yeah.
So he has a website, and so he's done From Other Suns. He's did Kronos as well.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, that's another game I'd love to talk about.
Yeah.
You haven't played it yet?
I haven't, no.
It is one of my new favourite big title game.
Yeah.
It's Dark Souls, William, except on the VR. And a little bit more childish. I'd say it's like Dark Souls mixed with Zelda.
Okay. That sounds good.
So good.
Oh, yeah. Gunfire Games, that's who done it.
Okay, cool.
And they've done From Other Suns as well.
Wow, cool.
And he's the composer on both of them.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you think he's the composer for that company?
Yeah, I don't really know. I think they might be quite a small company. I don't really know.
Okay.
Not sure. But yeah, unless they're just like, well, he did really good on Kronos. Let's hire him for this as well.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems people are just, if you've done one good thing, why wouldn't they hire you for another one?
Yeah. And what's the music like?
On which? First, From Other Suns?
Yeah, because it's the one you've played, William.
Oh, yeah, of course. What is the music like?
I mean, you've got to use the word atmospheric, haven't you?
It is atmospheric until you get into a fight.
Oh, yeah.
And then you have to go, oh, no! Turn it down! Turn it down! But it's... Yeah. I would describe it as cinematic at that point. It's very big and brash and just, you're in a fight, you're gonna die.
That sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The music is really good.
Yeah.
And I like the way they've done it, which we only found out like after playing the game for a bit, that you were just saying, you have to go to the captain's quarters and you've got a jukebox in there. Yeah. And so there's always this weird kind of like jazzy, nice, light, atmospheric music playing in the background.
Elevator music.
It is, spaceship elevator music.
Yeah. Is that a genre of music?
It is now, isn't it?
Yeah. Elevator music is literally...
Oh, I thought you were talking about spaceship elevator music. Specifically.
We've just coined that. TM, ComposerCast. No, but elevator music is a genre of music, isn't it?
Yeah, sure. If you say elevator music, people know what you're talking about.
It's funny, isn't it? Like, why is that? Like, it should be waiting room music, surely, but for some reason, elevators, or we call them lifts.
Lift music.
Yeah. They're just...
That works as well.
I mean, I've never been in a lift that's lasted longer than 20 seconds. I've not been up any tall buildings.
Been up the Empire State Building?
Wow. In a lift, or did you climb the stairs?
I went in a lift.
Yeah,
I don't know how long it takes. I don't think it was very long. I think it goes quite fast.
Yeah.
Also, I don't remember it that much. So I think I was 14.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I haven't been as an adult.
Oh, all right then.
Too far away.
Oh.
Don't like the planes.
Ah.
But yeah, what else was I going to say about this guy? Yeah, I'd like him to come on the podcast and chat about those things. That'd be cool.
Cool.
That would be really good. All I found out about him was that he studied at Dartington College of Arts in Falmouth. Oh, and he does the music for a load of the Lego games as well.
Oh, okay, cool.
So this is what I found odd.
He's got a nice CV.
He does. Yeah, when I looked up from
can't
Other
find
Sons, I
him.
can't find him. And then I found him on Twitter, and so that's what I was saying. He just followed me back on Twitter, which is cool.
Yeah.
But he has like 300 followers.
Yeah, I mean, like, does
But
he need...
He doesn't. No, exactly. That's the point. He doesn't need them, does he?
If he's got a
really
portfolio...
Yeah, and he's got these really cool gigs. He doesn't need to do that.
Yeah.
So people obviously know about him.
Yeah,
People in the know.
Yes. Well, I mean, like, then how do you think he got... Do you think it's just through networking that he managed to get these gigs? I mean, I guess we can ask him when he comes on.
Yeah, but I would guess he knew someone.
Yeah.
And they were like, "You're good at doing that thing. Do you want to do it for us?" And he went, "Yeah, all right."
Thank you.
Yeah, that's how I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe he sounds like that as well. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll play the piano.
We should be nice if we want him to come on the podcast.
Oh, right, yeah. He's probably sounds like this. Yes, I composed music, and I did a very good job on the spaceship elevator music.
But it has the player. You can change the music, but you change it
which is cool.
in the game as a physical object in the game.
Yeah.
Which is called, what type of thing is that?
Diegetic?
Yes.
Yes.
Good, I'm glad you remembered.
Yes. From films.
Yes.
From
But
my film study
It's
days.
that. I thought that was a really cool way of doing it.
Yeah, it is really cool. I mean, like, you can do that in Minecraft as well. You
Right.
can get a jukebox in Minecraft. Actually, no, it's a bit more convoluted in Minecraft.
Yeah.
You have to find discs, and then you have to craft. You have to craft a
Yeah.
jukebox and then put the discs in the jukebox for it to then play that track that you found.
Well, did you notice on this player in From Other Sons,
Yes.
there are spaces to put cartridges in.
Oh, wow. So what you get
So there
other
are
tracks.
Yeah, there's 4 cartridges hidden throughout the game somewhere apparently.
That's cool.
I read up today.
Yeah.
And you find them and you pop them in.
That
And I
is
think each
really
one has
cool.
got 2 tracks on it. So there's 8 hidden tracks somewhere throughout the game.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's cool. I feel like if I'm going to be honest, I know we're going to get him on, but I don't think that's a big enough reward, is it?
What?
Just a new song. I don't know. Like, I guess it's fine. It's fine, isn't it? It's just an Easter egg. It doesn't
Yeah.
have to be anything rewarding.
No, you're enjoying the game with... We didn't know about that until I just said it now.
And I was excited.
Yeah.
So you are right. But should we talk about the game more? Because I do really enjoy it.
Yeah.
I like that when we got boarded, you were in another room to me, but you've still got comms, so you can still hear each other chat. And
I
you were
would
like,
prefer it if it was actual comms, though. I would like to go to... And
yeah,
then, like, talk.
like in Pavlov. Do
Yes.
you remember when we found that in Pavlov?
That was really cool.
Yeah. That would be cool, because also then you'd get that proximity sound thing where I could hear you going like, Lloyd, where have you been?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Or if I could have grab a little thing and go...
Too much.
Lloyd.
No, I think that's too much. Because imagine being in that situation where we were getting attacked.
Yeah, I want both options.
All right.
I want to be on the bridge and be able to pick up the thing like, Lloyd, like, where the fuck have you gone? Help.
You're like...
Because then it would come out over the speakers and that would be really cool.
No, that would be cool. Now, that would be cool if there was a tannoy system.
Yeah. That's the word I was looking for.
Well, tannoy's actually a brand name, William.
What?
It's a PA system is the actual thing. Personal announcement? Public announcement, I guess.
Oh.
Yes, like Hoover is a trademark. This is all Partridge.
Yep.
So, you know, this is all Alan Partridge.
I need to watch more of that. I really liked him.
It is one of the best. Anyway, let's not tangent
Sure,
on Partridge,
yes,
because I
of
will
course.
talk forever about it. I mean, I am 50% Partridge. But when you were in a panic and you were like, fix the shields are broken, we're gonna die, and I was like, there's 5 people on board, I'm shooting them, and then going onto another ship and being like, whoa. The other thing that I really liked is the scale of the ships you go on. Sometimes you're on them and you're like, this is huge, look at this thing, and you're walking around and like it was just a really cool game.
Yes.
And
Yes,
also
it
the
is,
fact
yes.
that it's procedurally generated means that it is very replayable. Like, basically every time we play it, we start a new game.
Yeah, and we still haven't.
Unlocked anything?
I unlocked that one gun by myself.
Yeah, well done.
But that's if you get an achievement, then a gun will appear in the captain's quarters.
Which is very cool.
Yeah.
Because you start off with basic pistols, and then the way you get better guns is you go onto alien ships and you rob their guns after you've killed them.
And all the guns do quite different things.
Yes.
And I like the fact friendly fire is one as well, because, you killed me at one point.
Yes, with a grenade launcher.
Yeah. And occasionally I shoot you in the back.
Of the head.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, that's the other good thing as well, is that you're just running around in panic. There's another robot over there. Shoot them. Yeah. It's just a really good game.
Yeah.
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 Did you want to talk about any other games?
I haven't played anything else apart from that at the moment. I'm just trying to finish Uncharted 4 still.
Oh, pancake games.
Yeah.
I thought we only talked about VR
We
on this
can only talk
podcast.
about VR. That's fine. You just asked. That's the only other thing I'm trying to do right now.
Why are you doing that?
For enjoyment.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realise people still got enjoyment from those flat screens.
Because I get
Aren't
to
attached
sit
your
on the
head.
sofa and relax and be like, this is nice. I'm enjoying the story. I like the characters. It's
Yeah.
cheesy. It's over the top. Somehow he seems to be able to jump off of things just holding a bit of rope
Yeah.
and swing from everything and not die.
And it's Naughty Dog, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
And
Yeah.
it's Nolan North is the voice for it.
I think so, yep. And there was a really cool bit in the beginning where, because it's Naughty Dog and because it's Sony exclusive, in the beginning you're in his house and you get to play Crash Bandicoot as him,
Oh, that's pretty cool.
but you're playing Crash Bandicoot as you, obviously. So you're playing the actual game. He's playing it on the PlayStation. His wife's trying to talk to him and say something. And he's like, no, let me just finish this bit. And I think it's the boulder bit, and you're running away, and you're playing actual Crash Bandicoot with PS1 graphics inside a house on a PS4 game.
Yeah. I mean, let's be honest. In VR, that would be even another step level further, wouldn't it? If you look down, you're holding the PS1 controller. And then you're like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the bit of music we talked about that you were disappointed in.
Well, yeah. I was a little bit.
But yeah, that's cool. That is cool. What was I going to say? Have you ever heard, this is a bit of a tangent, about Crash Bandicoot though, so it's relevant.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of Fake Crash?
You were talking about this the other night.
I've never heard of it before.
No, neither had I. And then you were mentioning something the other night. And then you were talking about the name that it should have been.
Trash Bandicoot.
Yes.
Genius. And then, yeah.
But what is Fake Crash?
So it was after Crash 1 had come out, and it was a phenomenon. Obviously, those dodgy brands, those dodgy people, those dodgy,
dodgy
people,
ones.
they make fake merch
the
for
toys.
things. Yeah. And they made a fake Crash Bandicoot that had massive eyebrows and a really goony face.
Like the kind you get at a fun fair.
Exactly. The kind that's painted on the side of a fun fair ride.
Yeah.
And
he's got Superman standing next to him for some reason.
and a few dodgy looking Disney princesses with no branding because they'd get sued. Well, Naughty Dog saw this and went, well, he's going in the game. So
which game did they put in?
I honestly don't know. Martin knows more about this. I think maybe Crash 2, maybe even Crash 3 was the first time he's in it. But he's not a main character. He's just like a background character. And you can unlock him in Crash Team Racing and stuff.
Oh, okay.
And he looks exactly the same as Crash Bandicoot, except he's got massive eyebrows. And I think even just wrong.
I like those things though, where they've they're aware of the zeitgeist of what's happening. They go, well, that's funny, that is. We'll use that.
Yeah.
They're not just in a little bubble by themselves and just working away on the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Can you think of any examples other than that? Me neither.
No. Or maybe I can, and I can slot it in.
Go on. Yeah. It would just be you going, Tomb Raider. Can I talk about another VR game then?
Yeah.
Let's do Kronos.
All right. Because I keep calling it Kronos. I don't know why.
It's definitely Kronos.
Sure.
Because that's the name of the god.
Oh, okay.
Kronos,
the
god of time.
Sure.
In Greek mythology. And that's very relevant to the game, which I'm sure they call Deadhead. So I haven't spoken to you about... I've fallen apart with him.
It's too hot.
It is. Can we just mention to everyone listening that it's the hottest day in the entire world.
Ever.
And we're not allowed the fan on because it's too loud. And my house has no ventilation. And it's
I think even if there was ventilation, it's still hot outside.
God.
We're recording this at 9:20 at night.
It's 9:20.
Yeah.
It's still light outside and it's still hotter than the surface of the sun. Oh God, and it's humid.
Yeah.
Everyone goes on about the humidity, don't they?
They do. I don't really. I can't tell if something's. I don't get humid.
Are you sweating?
Sure, but
Then it's humid.
because I'm hot.
No, yeah, but like humid is like it's harder to breathe. It's like.
I don't walk around going.
Have you ever been in a sauna?
Yeah.
Do you like it?
Yeah.
Oh, I hate it because of the humidity. I can't breathe.
Saunas aren't humid. Are you thinking of a steam room? Humidity isn't a humidity when there's water in the air.
Yeah, that's literally what. Yeah, humidity is. Yeah, it's vapor. It might not be. Well, right.
You don't like saunas. This is what we've agreed now.
Kronos. Right. So it's I've already done a little tidbit about what it is. It's like Dark Souls and Zelda mixed. So it's third person. You're controlling a little boy, and the setup for it's really cool. So there's a woman, and she goes, "Oh, back in the time, there used to be these huge buildings that scraped the sky, skyscrapers, and they used to use plastic instead of money, credit cards. And then there was a big crash, and then it was all fucked, and then it went back to olden times. So it's kind of like in the future, but
It's a
in the
prediction
past.
of what's about to happen.
It's really cool." And then you're this boy, and she's like, "You are the savior." And then you,
Of course.
yeah, of course. What fantasy game would it be if you weren't a boy who's the savior of the world? And you start off in this weird like complex that's kind of like all run down, and there's alarms going off and stuff. But the way that the cameras work is very cool. So I've played. You still haven't played Edge of Nowhere. So Edge of Nowhere is like Resident Evil 4 in the way that it's over the shoulder. So when you walk, you are the camera, so your head is following the character, whereas Kronos is like Resident Evil 1.
Yes,
which is
fixed camera.
Yes, and I used to always hate that, but it really fucking works for this game really well. Like, because you're in that position, you are there, and you can look around, and you can go, "Oh, where am I now?" And sometimes it'll put you in really weird places. So it would be like in a jail cell, but like you're in the jail cell, but your character isn't.
Right.
And you can like look around, and it's just really cool. It's got a nice stat building thing. But I said Kronos. The reason it's called Kronos is this is a cool thing. I've lost the words. The heat ruins my head. Every time you die, your character ages by a year.
Oh.
Yes. And every 10 years, you get an upgrade. But those upgrades weaken the older you get. So when you're younger, you can upgrade strength and vitality.
Right.
So your vitality is your health. No, sorry. Agility and vitality.
Okay.
So you can only upgrade those when you're younger. Then when I think you hit 50 or 60, you can only upgrade your magic and your strength.
But what if you don't die?
I promise you will die. Like, I started it, got frustrated, and died loads. Got
Right.
to like 40, and I was like, fuck this, I'm just going to start again. And now I know what's happening. And now, even when I know how to play it,
Yeah.
I'm still like 29. You start at 18.
Okay.
So I've died like 11 times. The way you heal yourself is you have these things called dragon stones.
Of course.
And you only get to use them once. And then they get... Oh, it's a lovely belly noise there. Is that distant thunder?
Yeah, we'll say it's that.
You only get to use those once. And then once you've used them, they only get refilled when you die.
Right.
So that's
Okay.
another reason you would die loads.
Yeah.
I really like... It's very pretty. And it's got some of those...
That is what I look for in a game,
Yeah.
basically.
No, I know. And in VR, it makes it even better
Yeah.
when something's pretty because you can literally sit there and just look around and go, "Oh, this is lovely."
Yeah. Whereas on a pancake game, you have to turn the controller around and stare at the screen and go, "What? Yeah, I see what they were doing there. It's nice."
I can see what they're trying to achieve. But yeah, and it does some really nice scale things, which I always like in VR. So there's a bit where you have to get this key, but it's locked in a cupboard. And you're like, how the fuck do I get that? And then you notice there's a little doorway
Right.
in the cupboard. And then you later on in the game, you find another doorway that's your size. When you go through that, you then come out in the cupboard as a tiny man.
Oh.
And it's just cool. Like I really like those mixing scales and stuff in games, especially in VR because you really feel it. Because then
You
you're
are
in
that
the cupboard.
size.
Yeah, exactly. And then you can look out the cupboard and you see these big enemies.
Yeah.
And, yeah. I just thought it was one of the best games I've played, and
need to get that.
and it was cheap.
Yeah.
It's usually a £30 game. I think I got it for $7.99. So that's what there was just so many games that were that cheap. I was like, I have to. Like, I can't not buy them, which I guess is their tactic, isn't it?
Sure. And then you did buy them.
Yeah.
But then you enjoyed them.
No, yeah, of course. I'm not resenting buying them. I'm just resenting not having money.
Well, life is a lot easier with money.
I know. Job interview on Monday. Yeah. Fingers crossed. But yeah. So that was the games that I've played. Fucking Elder Scrolls just went on sale on Steam.
Yeah.
It's £14 or something instead of $39.99.
Would you still haven't played it, have you?
No, not at all.
I want to...
Like, when I say not at all, I really do mean
You
not
haven't played
at all.
any of
I've
it.
never played Skyrim, which is why I would probably enjoy it much more.
I think you would.
Yeah.
You can tell it's an old game,
Yeah.
but the thing that I said before about, you can't even fucking... What's the point of having a sword? You can't stab people.
They've changed that now.
Yeah, you can stab people. I don't know if I was just being an idiot before.
No,
or
you
if
said they've
didn't
updated
update
it.
Yeah, but I could have just been saying that to cover myself. I'm like, yeah, no, they updated it, honestly.
Yeah, no, yeah. It's been loads of
They did just update the Oculus Guardian thing, though. Have you noticed that?
No.
When I put the headset on today, when I've reached forwards and hit the Guardian wall,
Yeah.
you know, it normally just appears as blue.
Yeah.
Well, now you reach forwards and it's blue, but it's not a whole grid. It's like the little sort of right angle corners of each side of the grid. And the further through the Guardian you get, the more that the square fills up and it starts turning red.
Oh, that's
So if you're
quite
just a little
cool.
bit close, you have not a full grid all of a sudden in front of you, just little bits.
So you notice it, and
Yeah.
then you go, oh, I'm close to it.
Yeah, and then if you go through it, it turns red and fills into a full grid.
Very cool.
That was nice.
I haven't played the VR for a couple of days because it's hot.
Yeah, which is why I was so annoyed about trying to find this composer. It's like,
And you had
fuck,
to-
I'm going to have to put the headset on.
Go onto my spaceship,
Yep,
have a little browse, sit in my captain's quarters,
yep.
listen to some music.
That's exactly what I did.
Nice.
But that was good. I've got a thing.
Go on then. You said you mentioned it earlier.
It's
You
only
teased it. You gave
it's
it a
only a
tease.
little thing. It's not
that's
a big
fine.
thing.
Sure.
It's about all the platforms. Like, so you've got the Oculus, you've got Steam, and all the other ones.
GOG.
GOG. I've now got GOG 2.0.
Okay.
So it's in beta, and it's trying to address the problem that we have of having all these different platforms.
Yeah.
So what you should be able to do is collate your entire collection of games on your computer
Yeah.
into GOG.
Okay.
And from there, you can launch them from there. Obviously, it's still have to launch Oculus,
Yeah.
but they're working on ways at the moment so that it just sort of launches and minimizes straight away so it doesn't get in the way.
Okay.
Same way how you can launch a game from the NVIDIA stuff. Have you done that?
No.
Have you got NVIDIA in yours?
Yeah.
So on the NVIDIA app, as it were,
Yeah.
there is a bit where it can optimize games. So it looks at the spec for your PC and it goes, well, if you want it for performance, that. Or if you want it for speed, or if you want it to look the nicest can, that. And it optimizes your games for you.
Okay.
And you can launch a game from there. That'll get out of the way and just launch a game, and Steam, whatever, it will launch it from whatever.
Yeah.
This aims to do the same thing. It aims to be one place for all your games. But not only that, the idea is that you have all your stats from all those games inside here as well.
Okay.
So
Oculus doesn't give you any stats.
it doesn't, no.
Because
Well,
I
no,
do like that about Steam.
Have you got achievements in Oculus?
Barely. It goes, you've got new inventory for your house.
Yeah.
It does that every time I play it. And then I'm like, I don't care anymore, Oculus, leave me alone.
Yeah, I've done my house. That was
I made a new house recently.
You said, yeah,
Yeah.
nice.
I like it. It's Chloe went in it and
I'll
she was
come
like,
visit
it's
one day.
Art Deco. Yeah, you can actually. That's cool.
Yeah. So you've got all these clients, right? So you've got Steam, GOG, Epic Games. That was the one that I couldn't remember last time.
Don't even know it.
It's the one that is trying to go up against Steam, basically, and they were stealing games that people were thinking were going to come out. Epic Games were kind of stealing them as exclusives for themselves.
Okay.
Because basically they paid the developers like, hey, here's loads of money.
Yeah.
Just release it on our one.
Yeah.
Because they obviously want to get their game store and everything going. And the developers went, yeah, all right.
What, money? Sorry,
Yeah.
did you just mention money?
We get paid? Fuck. So there's that one, Epic Games. Itch.io, the one with all the more indie stuff. But you can still buy things on there. Origin.
Oh, the fucking... I
EA.
like Ubisoft games.
No, Origin is EA.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Ubisoft have their own one as well. Uplay.
Yeah.
Yeah, God.
So,
EA's horrible though.
Yeah.
Everyone in the entire world hates EA.
Yeah, but the idea behind GOG originally was it's all DRM free. That's what I really liked about it.
Yeah.
And it'll still be the same kind of thing, but you can get all your stats from those. So any stats that are on there, they'll gather into GOG.
Yeah.
Also, PlayStation and Xbox.
Oh, get them in there as well.
Yeah.
Can you open GOG from your PlayStation?
No, but what you would do is this, so for PlayStation, Xbox, it would be just about the stats.
Okay, yeah.
So what's a really clever thing, if you've bought a game on 2 platforms, if you've got it on the PS4 and you've got it on the PC on some platform,
Yeah.
it will collect that data together. And
Oh.
it will tell you, oh, you've played this game for 150 hours, you fucking loser.
I'd hate to know how much time I've put into that poker game on VR.
Yeah?
I reckon it's at least 150. At least.
That's insane.
I know. And I'm still shit at poker.
It's weird looking at stats like that, though, because they're interesting to know, but I always... my first thought is, what could I have done with that time if I hadn't been doing that?
Yeah.
But then I'm like, well, no, I was having fun.
Yeah. It was productive
And if I
for
wasn't,
my mental health.
If I wasn't doing that, I would have been, I don't know.
Asleep?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I know what you mean. There's something disheartening about looking at something that you've played for 100 hours and going, oh, have I really?
Yeah. The other nice thing that I want to mention about it is it's open source.
Okay,
So the community can make custom plugins for it.
cool.
And you'll be able to filter all your games, you'll be able to bookmark them and like put them in whatever order you want and hide games from your list and whatever.
I like the idea that it's not infringing on the other platforms. It's still going, no, use those platforms,
Yeah.
but just use this as the base for those platforms.
But I think that's very clever because if you do use it as the base for all those platforms, well, when they go, hey, do you want to buy this game? You go, yeah,
Buy it on GOG.
yeah.
Yeah,
It'll be
for
there.
Sure. Yeah.
So I think
Have we said what GOG stands for yet?
you better say because I don't know.
Good old games. Did you not know that? Oh, right.
Staying hydrated.
Yeah, it is important. I've run out of energy drink.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, good old games. We have the same problem with all streaming platforms. It was like, Netflix, this is great, yeah. Amazon, yeah, all right, I'll get Amazon Prime, because you don't just get Amazon Prime, you get delivery on Amazon
Sure.
Prime as well. So fuck it, yeah, I'll pay £80 a year, that's fine. And then it's like, oh, do you want HBO now have a service? Oh, now Disney have a streaming service. Oh, now this has a
And
streaming
Disney
service.
are taking their Disney stuff off of Netflix.
Of course they are, because they need people to fucking have a reason to buy the Disney one.
Yeah.
I get the idea. I get it that companies need to do it to make money, but I still think, like, collectively for humanity, surely it would be better for them to invest in one good one.
Well, it will get to a point where, yeah, it's just supply and demand, isn't it? There'll be way too many of them, and we'll go, well, I'm only going to pay for 2 because that's what I've lived with. Well, I've lived for one for a few years.
Yeah.
Rachel pays for the other one. Like, that's enough for our household.
Yeah.
So if you want me to move to another platform, you've got to really give me something, and then I'm probably going to get off of that one.
Yeah.
But am I going to get off Netflix? No.
No.
Am I going to get off Amazon Prime? Sure, but it's shit.
It is for video, but I do order enough things off Amazon Prime to justify. As I said, I needed
ordered
that screwdriver to.
One thing this year.
Really?
Yeah.
Mate, I buy way too much from Amazon because it's like, can I get it tomorrow? Thank you very much.
But see, I want it today. And some stuff
Sometimes,
you can get today.
Did you know we're the only country in the world that gets Amazon now?
Yeah.
Because we're
crazy.
small.
Yeah. Well, Prime now, that's another good example.
Yeah.
Where you're sitting at home, you're like, oh, it's too hot. I don't want to go out to the shop. And so it's like 6 o'clock and you go on to Prime now and you order your food and groceries and stuff. And then it comes at 10 o'clock.
Yeah. That is cool.
I mean, you have to pay like a $5 delivery stuff.
Yeah.
But still.
But it happens.
Yeah.
It
It's a thing.
exists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If the option is there, if you want to.
But I guess
spend
you're right
more money.
that maybe in the future everything will eventually just get boiled down to one thing. Because if you look at commerce generally, like supermarkets and stuff, like there used to be loads of independent supermarkets and they just get all bought up by the other companies, don't they? You know, Tesco's bought all of the smaller chains and stuff, and there's a reason to hate it.
Which happens in technology as well. The big company like Microsoft and whatever will come along and buy the little company.
Yeah, and they'll go, oh, I'll have that.
Yeah.
And then, but then EA is a massive example of why that's bad, because EA will buy the company.
Company's bad though.
Yeah.
Like if they're a good company and they're doing a good job,
Name
and then
a
they
good
come
company.
along. I don't know.
Exactly.
Sure.
They're all evil.
But even Google took out Don't be evil.
Do not be evil.
Yeah, that was their motto. And then
Most importantly, what actually was it? Was it most importantly, don't be evil, or was it just don't be
I thought it
evil?
was don't be evil.
Yeah.
There might have been a bit before, but
Yeah.
they took out that bit.
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Well, actually, we got some funding from Satan, and he was a bit annoyed that we had that as our tagline. Yeah. But yeah, that is weird that they do
But do
that,
you
isn't
think if a company gets too big, then I guess companies are weird because if a person gets too rich, as it were,
Yeah.
they can become bad. But I feel like that's not the money. I feel like money just exposes you as a person. You were always like that. You were a dick. It's just you didn't have enough money to get away with it.
Yeah.
But
or to do what you wanted that was a
Yeah.
dick move.
Yeah.
I think Bill Gates is an example of a philanthropist. A philanthropist who can do... Wow, that's a hard word.
Philanthropist.
Yes, who kind of does do good. And I think it's hard to besmirch that man. Like, do you know, I
I
think...
besmirch you.
with a biblical term. But I think, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
that's right.
he donates loads to charity and he says those clever things like, oh, I'd employ a lazy person because they'd think of the quickest way to do something and stuff like that. Have you
Yeah.
never heard him say that?
No.
He said,
There's hope for me yet.
yeah, he said, I think it's important to hire a lazy person because a lazy person will find the quickest route to do something because they're lazy and they want to do it in the quickest way.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he donates like so much money to charity. He cured smallpox. He's not a molester. Most importantly.
Yeah.
Uh,
Like Elon Musk is another one where, but he's weird. He's on the edge, and you're never quite sure: is he evil or is he not, or is he just
that's just
completely
charisma that
oblivious?
you're, you know, like being
Sucked into.
deceived by. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't have it. And you're like, where's the charisma? Where are you on the spectrum, Elon?
Yeah, I suppose I haven't heard of any good stuff that he's done. As in, like, he hasn't done philanthropy that I know.
He hasn't done philanthropy, but he has done stuff to better science. So I think that's philanthropy in a way. He's still making money. It's still capitalism.
Yeah,
But he is doing stuff that that will expand space exploration and stuff like that.
Yeah.
This is a tangent.
yes,
I saw a really cool idea of a battery.
right.
It was a way to preserve solar power. So once you've got the solar power,
Yeah,
you have to pay to keep that power because
Sure.
it has to live somewhere. That power, once you've got it, if you're not going to use it, it needs
Yeah.
to sit in a capacitor or something
yes,
to keep it. So instead of keeping the electricity in something,
Yep.
you use that electricity, right, to pull a massive boulder up a hill. Right? So you're using that electricity. So it's not stored anywhere.
Right.
Effectively, it's stored in a rock. So what you do
Sure.
is you push this rock up a hill with
That's
that
like-
electricity.
it's already confused. It's like the idea of potential energy. That's why that always confused me.
Yeah, what, like braking?
Yeah, I was like,
potential
what do you mean
energy
it's
and stuff.
potential? Like, it's either there or it's not. You're just talking
yeah.
about some imaginary energy and the...
This is exactly potential energy. So you use the electricity to push a massive rock up a hill.
Sure. Or pull.
Huh?
Or pull.
No. Oh. Traverse. You get a rock up a hill.
Okay.
This rock lives up that hill.
Right.
And then when you go, oh, I need that energy now, the rock gets pushed down the hill, creating that energy again by momentum.
Mm-hmm.
And that is it. There you go. I've just explained the entire theory. Do you get it?
Yes. Wonder how much energy you're losing by pushing up the hill.
Probably a lot, but you're always losing energy from anything, aren't you? It's always like through heat or whatever. And
Yeah, I suppose through... Yeah, I wonder what the calculation is. The difference is between storing it and pushing a giant rock up the hill and then rolling it back down.
I just thought it was a really, like...
It's
just
a weird
out
way
of
to...
the box.
Yeah, it's a
idea.
weird way to think. The energy's not inside the box. The energy is here.
Yeah.
Do you want it back?
Yeah.
Go.
Push that down there.
That's weird. Oh, right, there's one other thing I want to talk about before we do the breakdown.
Go on.
I didn't write much on the breakdown, but that's...
No, that's fine. There's one main bit I want to talk to you about. Literally, I have one main thing
Okay.
that I was excited about.
I wanted to do a brief talk about arpeggiators.
Okay.
Because, right, yesterday, someone on Twitter... Oh, bloody Twitter. Always talking about Twitter.
You love Twitter. Why you marry Twitter?
Someone on Twitter said they refused to use an arpeggiator
Right.
because they want full control over the creative process.
Well, all right. Okay. So they want to go.
So, yeah. And then they showed a thing with all the MIDI notes of them. They played it all in with the piano.
Oh.
And my mind goes, you could have just done that with an arpeggiator.
Yeah, and you wouldn't have to quantize it.
Yeah.
Or like.
And
do
if
know
you
what I mean?
wanted to humanize it, hit H on the keyboard when you're in Reaper and humanize. Does
oh,
it?
really?
Yeah.
Or does it just knock everything ever so slightly out? Or
Yeah,
like...
you choose the percentage of how far out you want to knock it, and do you want it to go just left, just right, or both? And do you want it to affect the end time as well?
That's really cool.
So you can humanize something.
Yeah. I remember doing that in Logic with drums.
Yeah.
So it changed the velocity. So instead of having the hi-hat or the crash just always going psh, 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 the same, it would change the velocity of it, so it would like be like
But ever so
softer.
slightly, yeah.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah. But so this person was saying, no, never want to use. And I thought that's a really odd thing. And then, so someone retweeted this, right? And they retweeted it with a poll saying, do you use an arpeggiator regularly?
Was one of the answers, of course.
It was either yes or no.
Yeah.
And I think 61% voted no.
So more people don't use arpeggiators than do.
I don't know whether, obviously, it would be biased for his audience, whatever that may be.
Yeah, but I guess it depends on the music you're creating.
Yeah, that's true. I
Do you know what I
suppose
mean? If you're doing synthwave,
yeah, then
you're
you'd
going to
always
be using arpeggiators.
Yeah, so maybe it's not an accurate
If you're doing classical music, you're not exactly going to be using an arpeggiator.
No, at that
you?
point you would want, I suppose, full creative control. Ooh. But I just thought it was such an odd thing to be. This person was very against
automation, essentially.
Yeah. But my point was, well, surely if you're drawing and you use a ruler, is that taking away from the creative process? Or do you just want to draw a line and hope it goes straight and be like, well, it's more creative that way?
Yeah.
Which it looks different.
I think that's just an opinion on art, isn't it?
Yeah, which is the same with music.
Yeah. That's what I meant on the whole subject.
The whole art, the music-y arts.
Art.
Sure.
I disagree with the person, obviously, as I guess you do.
Yeah.
Because you do still have creative control over the arpeggiator,
Yeah.
depending on how sensitive the arpeggiator
Well,
is.
you're the one in charge.
Yeah. Maybe they're only thinking of the ones where you can only do two notes. You just press the two notes. And just go...
Yeah, there's been some good songs made with that.
What, just two notes? Or
Well, and then you switch to another two notes.
yeah.
What am I thinking of? I keep dancing on my own. That one. It's just two notes.
Oh, okay.
Boom, boom. I'll throw it in there. It will sound amazing.
I'm sure it will. As long as it's not Kanye West.
It's not Kanye West.
Good.
Yeah.
I like arpeggiators. I like the ones where you just hold down chords and then you change the chords and it just... Oh, yeah, I like them. I don't understand why you wouldn't, because you could use them creatively in a way you couldn't use your hands.
Exactly. You couldn't go and play 10 notes and it's going all the way up there and back down there.
Yeah, exactly.
And then it changes chords straight away.
Because then you can choose like 6 octaves or whatever.
Yeah, this was the other thing. So there was that annoyed me. And then on the same day, so yesterday, or the other one might have been the day before, there was a guy on Facebook this time. I should just get off social media. It just annoys me. But I think it does with everyone.
Yeah.
But this guy was complaining about autotune.
I hate autotune though. I get. Okay, right. So you can use it creatively, but I think people cheat with it. That's the thing.
That was his point as well. He didn't like the dishonesty.
Yeah, because with an arpeggiator, no one's going, I played all those notes. Yeah. I did all that. No one's really doing that, are they? Whereas
But that's not the point.
With autocorrects, people are going like, yeah! And then they're changing it so they're singing the actual notes.
Definitely putting autotune on what you just done.
You don't need to.
But that's the same as correcting your spelling. No, you can't correct your spelling.
You really think so?
Yeah.
But no.
If you're trying to write a novel, you need someone to proofread it and be like, you spelt that wrong. You haven't used the right grammar there.
But the substance is still there. You still wrote the book.
You
but
still
then I
sung
guess
the
you still
stuff.
wrote the melody of the song.
My point in all of this is you could spend years in like learning how to sing properly, fine. Or you could sing all right. It doesn't matter as long as the output, like the thing at the very end, as long as that is the thing that you want, that's fine. You think about the Beatles, right? And they have layers upon layers of different vocals all going over the place. That's not real.
No. Right, but that's a different point because the Beatles did compose their music. The thing that I would have against autotuning is manufactured pop stars where people are put on stage, they don't really have that much talent. This is a massive generalization I might be wrong about.
Sure.
And
There's just been a whole show about it though.
Yeah.
The other two?
What's that?
The whole show that's just been on about this basically Justin Bieber-y kid who gets famous. And he's got his brother and sister. They kind of tag along on the ride.
Yeah. I've
That's
seen
been pretty
advertisements for it.
Yeah, and then basically it's finished up now. But they realised they're putting him on stage. He's going to do this cool acoustic set and everything. And it realised he's never sung live before.
Yeah.
In all of this, and so on all the songs, he's got the auto tune. He sounds amazing, and he's got all these kids loving him, and he has to play at the VMAs.
Yeah.
And he sings live, and he can't sing.
Oh shit.
And that's
Problem with that is nowadays you can auto tune live,
sure.
but
But
yeah.
why is it a problem? So if
But
the
it is a problem.
why though? If the listener, what do you think?
No, yeah, actually, I'd genuinely like to know that. It better not be 61% no.
I'll make a Twitter poll.
Okay, cool.
That'd be good.
Because I am definitely against it. Because every time
That's
I hear
weird.
it in a song, I go
Yeah.
like, no, you're a dick. Like, it just annoys me. Especially on bands that I really like. Bands that I'm passionate about. Because I'm like, you should be able to hit that note. In the studio, you should be able to... What I want is the effort behind it. I think that's what I want. I want them to have slogged. Maybe
there's
they
so
didn't get
much-
that one take.
But there's so
they
much
have
other
to do
stuff.
it again.
There's so much other stuff in that one track where the effort hasn't been there either. They might have played.
Yeah.
They might have like sung something or played one thing and gone, do you know what I'm going to do? Copy that, paste it to the next bit, and then change one little bit in it.
Yeah. You're right.
But it still sounds good.
But I think it's because I can hear auto-tune. I think
Whereas that isn't obvious because it's just the previous bit.
I would love for you to test me. Can we do that on the next podcast? I'd love for you to test. I want to know whether I am actually a genius and whether I can hear auto-tune or not.
All right.
It would be a lot of work for you.
Maybe.
Okay.
I don't
But
know.
I genuinely think I can hear it in songs.
Yeah, I think you probably can.
Like, I just... When someone has that clear... It's a held note. That's the ones when it's on you can hear. It's a perfectly held note.
But what if you don't hold it perfectly? What if you do the auto-tune to kind of
The
dip in and
vibrato,
out?
it.
Yeah. What if you just dip in and out a little bit, but you make it slightly out of tune, a couple of cents up, just so it's not quite right?
Do you
And
think
people go, yeah, definitely.
Constructive deconstruction.
A bit.
A bit. Just a little bit.
What are we deconstructing?
Oh, okay, yeah. So, I always forget the name of the man. C4014? Go on. Go on.
It's C418.
C418. Who is the man? I believe he's a man. Oh, sorry, it's me throwing my phone down. Minecraft. Now, as 30-year-old men, William, I feel a bit embarrassed about playing Minecraft. But then I saw a post on Imager. I've been on there a lot recently.
As 30-year-old men,
Yep.
I felt old today. I
Right.
had to go, as a tangent quickly, I had to go return some clothes to New Look. Rachel's, it wasn't mine, Rachel's.
Okay.
Go and return some stuff at
Yeah.
New Look today because I had the day off. And the girl behind the thing was chatting to me and she was all nice and everything. And
What school do you go to?
and I was like, oh, I'm going to a music festival tomorrow.
Yeah.
And she goes, oh, what one? And I told her, going to Why Not?
Yeah.
And she goes, I've never been to a music festival. And she goes, who's playing? I went, oh, well, Franz Ferdinand, Echo and the Bunnymen, and like a couple more.
Yeah.
And she went,
Never heard of any of
I
them.
don't know who they are.
Yeah.
I went, I said, 30-year-olds like me, I think, who are going to be the main people going, so that's
Yeah.
okay.
I mean, Echo and the Bunnymen are before your
Oh,
time.
sure, they were 80s, weren't
Yeah,
they?
yeah.
Yeah.
Did you know apparently at one point they were going to be the biggest band in the world? Along with U2. It was them or U2. And then U2, like, obviously.
Oh,
Although I don't know anyone who actually likes U2.
no.
Like,
I-
but I know loads of people who like Echo and the Bunnymen. As I
Yeah.
said to you earlier, there is only one song that I really know by them. Which...
Bow, bow.
And I mean, the only reason I know that is because of Donnie Darko.
Of course. It's the only reason why we ever heard
Did
of
you know they took that song out of the... in the director's cut, it's not in there.
Why?
Because the director's a fucking moron. He changed basically the entire soundtrack, and it genuinely ruins the film. Genuinely. You know they did that music video for Head Over Heels by Tears for Fears.
Right.
How the fuck does it go now? It's my favourite song.
Something happens
Then
and
I'm head over heels. I didn't find out until I'm head over heels. It's changed. They changed the song.
So the two iconic songs in the... Wait, did they take out Mad World as well?
Oh, I don't know.
They must have left that in. They couldn't have.
They have to have. But Michael Andrews did loads of amazing, weird, like that. Do you remember all the like? Oh, we need to deconstruct. Oh, it's not a game. It's not a game.
It's still
That's
music, though.
That's my favourite. Genuinely, my favourite soundtrack.
Yeah.
That is the Donnie Darko soundtrack by Michael Andrews.
Deconstructing an entire soundtrack like that would be fun.
Fun.
Yeah, it would be fun. It would be a lot of effort.
Yeah, but they've got a theme as well, haven't they? Why are we talking about this? Right, you're old. I'm old. We play Minecraft. Right, C404.
C418.
C418.
Do you know what his real name is?
James.
Oh, I don't know. I was hoping you knew.
No, I have no idea.
No, neither do I.
Okay. Well, anyway.
Sorry.
Sorry, C. We'll just call him Clive. He composed the music for Minecraft. Now, the Minecraft music is bloody brilliant. It's all gentle, sort of like just like, you know, backgroundy
Happy to
sort
explore
of like. Yes,
in
other
it.
than when you go in the Nether and then it suddenly turns into like evil, scary stuff.
As it should.
Yes, it's really good. It's really thematic in that way. I very much like it. And yeah, so I picked a song.
Hagstrom?
Hagstrom.
We don't know why it's called Hagstrom.
No, but I do know that it sounds lovely.
We will also get the composer on here one day.
Oh, God, that would be amazing. Well, I hope. We still need to get Thomas Dvorak. Either way, right. Okay.
Yeah, let's go.
Hagstrom. Should we have a little listen to it first?
Sure.
Okay, put it on. Lullabillic? Is that a word? It's like a lullaby, isn't it? It's like something you'd put on to soothe a baby to sleep.
It is. That bit is.
It also reminds me of Avatar, The Last Airbender, not the
Okay.
James Cameron piece
Right.
of shit.
Sure.
Um,
I'm sure you said every time you mention Avatar, you have to make it clear you're talking about Last Airbender.
Because
and
it's the
not
most
the piece of shit film either.
It's the most important anime that's ever been made. No, that's a lie, but it's my favourite. The ending theme to Avatar has that kalimba-like noise. So am I right? Do you believe that to be a kalimba? I mean, it's meant to be a kalimba if it's just like a
Yeah.
digital... Really,
Yeah, I think it is a
sample.
digitally one.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a real one, but yeah.
but it's a thumb piano.
Yeah.
It's got a very iconic noise that's very nice that
Yeah.
I like.
Lullabillic.
Yes. And it's like sleepy and sort of like just relaxing and lovely.
Yeah.
One thing, here was the thing I was excited about,
Yeah.
William. It's in 7.
It is. It's in 7/8.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know how I like lovely time signatures.
So that was the one, not the one interesting bit. That was the bit that made it interesting. But when you look at, it's in the key of C
Okay.
and it's at 120 BPM.
Okay, so he's open GarageBand.
But I like that.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's simple.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it is in 7/8.
Yeah.
That gives it a weird. I think that gives it an exploratory feel.
Yeah, like you can't. There's something about it that makes it more creative, and for Minecraft,
It's
that's
more-
obviously perfect.
I think the extra beat, or the one beat less,
One
whatever
less.
you,
Yeah.
however you feel it is, it makes it feel more open to me.
Yeah.
It's bum 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 bum, huh? And then it comes back in.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
oh.
yeah. Well, it's sometimes it does a break, and sometimes it has that extra fourth note in there as well.
Yeah.
And then it's got that kind of like polyrhythmic second bit that comes in that has another melody over the top of that kalimba noise, and then it brings in those lovely strings.
There you come in. Yeah. The first bit is, it's very happy to begin with. It's just vamping on a C major.
Yeah.
Just sits on a C.
Okay.
And it's just nice and just stays there for 30 seconds. It stays on that.
Wow.
So that is how much of the track is that?
Sixth.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Ish.
6. Yes.
Yeah.
Counting on my fingers.
Well, you've only got 5 of them, William.
Yeah, I counted 3.
Oh,
1,
okay.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, okay. Well done.
Thanks. Yeah, so it sits on that. But then the nice thing they do after that, after sitting on that for so long, they go to an A.
Yeah.
And normally you'd go to an A minor, but they go to an A major.
Okay.
And that makes it all nice and kind of uplifting and changes again.
Yeah.
So they've just got all these little tweaks. They could have gone to A minor and they would have stayed in the same key and just used all the white notes on a piano.
Yeah.
But they went to A major. And it kind of goes, oh, there's another major chord, but it's still kind of what you were expecting.
Yeah. But it does kind of sound melancholic, though. Do you not find?
Yeah. I think that's more the instrumentation and the pace of it.
Even though you say it's 120, it feels like it's at 60 because it's
Yeah.
moving very slowly along that 120. Yeah. So what's that? Is that
That'll be like 60.
Cro-
But I was thinking, so it would be 60. I was thinking more because I'm counting in 7, 8. It said eighth note would be 120.
yeah?
So 120 eighth notes in a minute.
So could it not be 7/4 then?
No, because I'm thinking eighth notes. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, to
I'm
count
counting
the
every.
7.
Yeah, I'm counting the 7.
Yeah.
So those beats. Dum, 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 dum,
Dum,
dum.
dum.
That's
Yeah.
120.
Okay. Yeah.
But maybe you would call it 60 then. But I wouldn't want to call it 60. Well, it doesn't matter, does it really?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. I know I have like surface level knowledge of this stuff, but I still love dissecting it. Like, I just find it so interesting. The math element of music is really interesting. That it has this intrinsic relationship with music.
It does. And I watched, as a very quick tangent again, did you watch this video?
The Adam Neely one.
Yeah.
Yeah, about 432
Did you send that
hertz.
to me?
Yeah. Very interesting.
That was weird, where he tries to go down the route of finding these other tunings that people have gone, well, this is the right tuning because it enhances your chakras.
Yeah, because apparently because obviously vibrations are also music. Music is vibrations.
Everything is vibrations.
Everything. Energy is vibrations. So apparently our body has a certain vibration level, and people believe it to be 432 hertz.
Straight away, that's
as an
bullshit.
A.
What do they mean? It has a vibration
Well,
level?
I don't know. I said that.
I
Maybe
know.
they don't actually say that.
No, but that is basically what they're saying, isn't it? It's
Yeah,
going,
yeah.
well, that's the vibration level of nature.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Well, I don't know. It's like it's trying to attribute like fractals and stuff to nature. You know, like the Fibonacci
Yeah.
spiral and stuff. Like trying to attribute that to absolutely everything.
Where
Even though there's a better one.
Yeah.
It's got a different name, but it actually fits more mathematically into everything. Whereas Fibonacci is just the most famous fractal.
Right.
But there's actually another one. I can't remember the name.
Of course.
Number file. I just YouTube it. It's good. But yeah, so people believe that there's a certain vibration frequency that humans have and the Earth has, and music. Oh, we've been listening to it wrong because we've been listening to A at 440 hertz, but actually you should be listening to A at 432 hertz.
Yeah, but A being 440 has only been a recent-ish thing, hasn't it? In the past 100 years, I think.
Okay, so what classical? If you go pre-1800, of most classical
How would
music,
they get
432.
How would they get 440? How would they get 4 anything?
So they just tune to themselves.
They must have done. Or they must have had
No, because they'd be tuning forks, wouldn't there?
Well, yeah, but still with the tuning fork, you have to make it. It must be the exact shape and size to get that thing,
Yeah.
you'd have a tuning fork that's like A is 429. No one's going to notice.
So you're saying like there might be a few hertz out, like singular hertz, and no
Always,
one's going to be
yeah.
able to hear that.
Unless you've got perfect pitch.
Do you think people with perfect pitch will be able to hear single
Yes.
hertz?
Yes.
So is that a single cent?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
I might be wrong there. I'm not sure.
I'd understand that people could hear the difference.
I think
between...
they could, but only if they've grown up with the Western scale.
Yeah.
Because that gets ingrained.
Yeah.
But the perfect pitch thing is like a left behind. It's like being able to recognize your mother's voice.
Oh, okay.
And it's that, but left behind and just enhanced in your brain. It doesn't go away.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
It's magic, is what it is.
It is magic.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so that everybody, all listeners, go out, watch that Adam Neely video because it's very interesting, and he basically proves why it's a load of bullshit that
Yes.
432 hertz is nothing unless you. So the point he made was you can chromatically do 432 hertz, but these people were saying that you wouldn't do it with equal spacing. You'd do it where A is 432 and then maybe B would be like 445.
And he
or
starts
something.
changing everything around, and nothing sounds quite. One chord will sound
No,
nice.
yeah, and that was the amazing thing is that he'd be like, but there is this one chord that
Yeah.
sounds really nice.
And it does.
Yeah, and it really resonates.
Basically, every piece of music you're listening to is always out of tune.
Yeah,
Everything's out of tune. One note will be in tune. That A will be 440.
Yeah.
Everything else is going to be out of tune.
yeah. It's interesting, like, that we've just accepted that. And no one's gone, actually, you know what? I'm sick of it. Although
Well, these people did.
have. Yeah,
and
yeah.
they failed.
Yeah.
And Adam Neely shows it. So we'll put that in the show notes, and you can go watch this video, and it's really interesting. Way more interesting than we are making
Yeah,
it
yeah,
right
and
now.
we've talked about it for way too long. We're meant to be talking about C4, man.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this song, Lullabillic.
Lullabillic.
Keeping with that word.
Sure. Stays on a C for a while, then it goes to an A major instead of A minor.
Brings in those lovely strings.
Then it goes to an F sharp minor, which is the relative minor of A major. So then you basically changed keys in a really nice way.
Okay.
So that was quite clever.
Yeah.
And then it just goes back into C. After
Yeah.
a minute, it goes, and I was tricking you, we're back in C.
He does that thing kind of with most of, because I listened through the Minecraft soundtrack to pick a song. And
Right.
he does that thing with most of his tracks where if it's a 3-minute track, at about the 2-minute mark, he'll start to kind of just slowly build up distortion. Do you know what I mean? It will become not distorted as such, but more like powerful, like more compressed, like the sound will become
exactly
louder
what you just said.
and louder.
1 minute 50 is when he starts bringing in, that's when it changes,
Yeah.
completely changes. So there's a break, sort of a little breakdown at 1:30, and it just has a lull.
Yeah.
Not that it needs a lull, but it
It's
has one.
already lull. Billy, hey! Fifth time you've heard that.
And then at like 2 minutes, that's when the other stuff starts coming in.
Yeah.
And you've got these weird reversed bell sounds.
Yeah, like the beginning of it isn't very effect heavy, and then towards the end he just chucks everything on it. You've got reverse in there, you've got that high pass. Is it a high pass or low pass filter where it takes out the high EQ? I can never remember which one's which.
Where it takes out the high EQ.
Well, yeah, that sound there where it kind of sounds like it's like...
Yeah, I can never remember which one's which.
Do you know what I mean? Like low pass, does that pass the lows or does it add the past the... Yeah, I can never remember which one's which.
I just remember when it's cutting off the lows, it's called a high pass. There you go.
Okay, cool.
I have to think of it visually every time. Like, right, so well for you it'd be round this way with my right hand.
Yeah, no,
so
I'm fine.
That's cutting off the lows.
Yeah.
So it's a high pass filter.
Okay, cool. So he's put a low pass filter on it because it's taken out the highs. Am I right?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, because you're allowing the low stuff to pass through.
Yeah. And it sounds like it's kind of like outside the room.
Yeah. Just change the bloody name. Change it around. Stop confusing everyone.
Well, no, if you
It's
learn
just
it.
us.
Yeah. We just don't know.
I try and learn. I do. Honest.
I'd highly recommend to everyone listening to just one day just stick on that Minecraft soundtrack because it's bloody lovely. It's so relaxing, gorgeous, creative.
What I like about it is everything in that is super clear.
Yes.
There's no muddiness. So every instrument has its right place.
Yeah, and I think he doesn't busy it with too many instruments as well. There's
No.
like a maximum of 4 or 5 things going on at once.
Yeah, I think he's got the bell kind of sound thing. There's about 4 different harmonies going on just that one, but that's still the same instrument.
Yeah.
And then everything else just sits where it should. Like, yeah, he's cut out the right... What am I trying to say? Everything has got its proper frequency, so that thing isn't clashing with that thing.
Yeah.
That thing's sitting over here, so that's
It's
all right.
spread.
Yes.
It's spread out very nicely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's lovely, and I like it. and it's in 7. So what's there not to like?
If you've made it this far,
Thank you.
thank you.
But specifically, thank you to our patrons. And they are, it's easy, I remember them off by heart, don't even have to look at anything, because they are Tom, James, Martin, Chloe, Fen, and Adrian. And you're all lovely people. I'm holding that like a fag.
Yeah.
It'd be really funny to just have one of these somewhere and just go, oh yeah, of course I smoke a little bit every day.
At the poshest party you've ever been to.
Right, well, that's coming to the pub with me tomorrow.
Hey.
But yeah, thanks for listening. Thanks for supporting my habit of blowing things and making sounds.
Yep. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope
I
you
always
enjoyed
hope-
blowing things.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, if you'd like to blow things at home, you're welcome to. If you'd also like to rate and review on iTunes and all that stuff, Patreon, tell your friends, tell your nan.
Follow us on. Tell you, Nan.
Always tell your nan.
Sure.
You've got to go, nan.
They're always very supportive.
I've
aren't
been
they?
listening to this great thing, nan. I think you'd love it.
You can follow us on Patreon.
Yep.
At ComposerCast. We're on Twitter at ComposerCast. And we're not on Facebook because why would you be?
Why is anyone on
Effort.
these days?
So follow us on there and message us and tell us what you think. Tell
Take
us
the poll. You put a poll up, William.
Yes. Oh, and one other thing, I am right now creating a Spotify playlist of all the music that we talk about on the podcast episodes.
Nice. And we're also on Spotify.
Oh yeah, so you can listen to us on
You
there.
can follow us on Spotify as well now, can't you?
Yeah.
And you can you rate us on Spotify? You can rate us on Castbox.
Yeah. And actually, if you are using Castbox, you can comment on there as well. You
Boom.
can interact with. I like that about Castbox.
I just want to be interacted with, William.
Yeah.
I want to be fiddled with. I
We'll
really
do that
like-
after the episode.
I really like making you touch your forehead and make that face like, oh no.
Jeez, he said it again. Oh, thanks everyone.
Thank you. I think we should always end on applause.